Have you been planning your move to the Sunshine State and feeling a little overwhelmed with the process? Where to start? What are the right steps? What should I do first? Well, today I'm discussing a step-by-step process to help anyone that is thinking of making a move to Florida. So stick around. Hi everyone, I am Lisa McBride with Sarasota Neighborhood Experts and Keller Williams Realty Select in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. Now on my channel, I share information all about life and living and moving here to Sarasota and Manatee counties. If you find this information helpful, be sure to subscribe and leave comments below. My team and I love helping move to the area and providing you with all kinds of insights to our area and neighborhoods. So thank you so much for your continued support. Now making any move is difficult, and making a move across state lines is a little bit more overwhelming and maybe a bit scary. If you have watched my videos, you know that although I have moved and started over, there's a few things about moving that I think truly suck. As much as it's great once you get there, the whole process can be quite overwhelming. Now with that said, let's just take a step-by-step guide of some things we should do. The first and foremost thing though is to do lots and lots of research. I receive calls from buyers all the time, but since the pandemic hit, the numbers have definitely increased. Many buyers I have spoken to often tell me that they want to move for a variety of reasons. And lately, aside from weather, politics is definitely high on the list of what I'm hearing. Now, I respect and understand people's desire to move due to these reasons, but be sure you understand Florida laws, Florida lifestyle, and make a very educated move. Because everything may seem exactly the way you want it, but there's nothing more costly than moving someplace and not being happy. So you need to be aware of the overall economics of the city and state that you're moving to. You need to be familiar with school ratings if you have a family. You need to know the cost of living, affordability, what our healthcare is like, our traffic is like, and job markets. All of these factors are very significant. The number two thing that I think is extremely important if you're considering making a move is you must visit. I know it's costly to jump in a car or book a flight and take time off and discover a new location, but it will cost you so much more if you decide you don't like this area. Now, I strongly encourage people to visit multiple times. However, if you have family and friends in the area, that may not be needed quite as much. The number three thing that I say or ask people, like, are you retiring? Are you a snowbird? Are you a family moving to our area? And does our lifestyle and cost of living work with your needs? Which city is really ideal for you? So be sure to ask yourself a few questions, such as, do you want an active community with lots of amenities, or do you want a little bit quieter lifestyle? Ask yourself, how do you plan to get involved and meet people and find things that you enjoy doing? Will you be traveling for work, to visit family, for pleasure? So is it important to be close to an airport? Is it important to have a lot of entertainment around you? And what activities are important to you? This is really key in your lifestyle. Now the next thing, and the number four thing that is extremely important, is affordability. At one time, Florida was considered a very affordable option for many empty nesters and snowbirds that wanted to get out of cold weather. Today, we are seeing people of all ages and walks of life flocking to Florida. However, affordability has definitely changed. Home prices have risen over 38% in the past 2 years, and with inflation today, we know that the dollar is just not going as far. So be sure that living anywhere in Florida fits your budget. So you've done all your research, you have visited, and you have found your dream location. What's the next step? First, most critical, is housing. Now, will you be purchasing a home or renting a home? Now, do you have a home to sell where you currently live? And if so, will you need to sell the home prior to moving? No one likes the idea of moving twice or being homeless. So I'm often asked about the whole home buying contingency. Should you sell first? Should you move first? Should you try to make a purchasing home contingent on a home you're selling? And I know all homes are selling quickly nationwide. Most home sellers today will not take a home contingency. So it is best to have your home sold or at least under contract before searching for a home in our area. Also, you may not have the opportunity to fly in and see the home that you have fallen in love with. So are you willing to purchase a home without physically walking through it? Are you okay with virtual showing? I do a lot of virtual showings in today's world. However, unless I have met specifically with a client, shown them homes, know them, and have a very good idea of what they're looking for, I do find it a little bit harder to make strong offers because I really want my home buyers to feel really comfortable knowing not just the home, but the neighborhoods that they're buying into. Now, we have lots of great photos and information online, but nothing quite takes the place of being able to walk through the home and the neighborhood. If you're thinking of renting prior to purchasing, which is a great idea for many people, and I am finding a lot of my buyers have selling their homes where they're at and then renting an Airbnb for 3 or 4 months so they can really take the time to view neighborhoods and not feel so stressed making a long distance purchase. Now, I do realize it's very hard to find rentals today, and I know it's extremely frustrating. Now, keep in mind, however, with leases, landlords typically will not know whether or not their home will be vacated or ready to be leased at least 30 or 60 days out, because most tenants give a 30 or 60 day notice. And most landlords don't like to show the home with previous tenant in there unless they've really taken care of the property. So many times landlords want somebody that's going to move in very quickly. So a lot of properties are not, well, let's say it's really hard to find properties, and when they do come up, they go very quickly. So you really have to be on top of that. Okay, so now you're here and you are ready to purchase. And whether you're renting or you're just ready to purchase, homes come and go very quickly. Before you start looking for a home, be sure to have a pre-approval letter if you're obtaining financing. Or if you're paying cash, have a notification of proof of funds from your financial institute that you can share with your agent. No offers are going to be taken seriously without it. Now, be sure to work with an agent that provides insight into the neighborhood, that is going to be running the comparables for you. Know what is selling and what the expectations are, because some homes are going over full price, some are not. The market is moving so fast and it's constantly changing. Don't get caught up in the frenzy and be prepared. I always tell people, even though everything is selling, it's really my job to give a lot of history to the neighborhood too, because this is all going to change, and I want to make sure that you're in a neighborhood that always holds your value. When making an offer on a home, the biggest factors to consider in today's market is, of course, pricing, financial contingencies, inspection contingencies, title, closing and possession date, and the amount of earnest money you're putting down. Now, typical contracts close within 30 to 35 days, and generally we are seeing our inspections performed between 3 and 7 days after the contract is accepted. Earnest money needs to be deposited within 3 days of contract acceptance, and most earnest money is going to be between 5 and 10% of the purchase price. So there's a lot of things to consider when writing an offer to make your offer stand out in today's world. Now, you get your offer accepted, make sure you have great movers lined up, whether it's local move or state to state. Having that is really important, and movers can be costly, so do a little shop comparison, get 3 or 4 bids, and make sure you're working with a reputable company. Now, don't forget to make sure your utilities are transferred into your name, homestead your property, set up banking here locally, register your vehicles, and update your driver's license. All of these steps can be timely, and some are easily forgotten. Create a timeline and a check sheet and make sure that everything is being done. Moving is not easy, but once you're settled in your new city, in your new home, you're going to quickly remember why you went through it all, and you're going to love it here. If you have any questions about moving, what neighborhoods are best, or additional steps you need to take in moving, please give me a call. I am here to help. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.